ever felt that despite your best efforts, your relationships in this world fall short of your expectations? It's a common experience. But why is it so tough to build lasting relationships in this world? And how is this in contrast to our relationship with God? Let's learn today. Namaste, beautiful souls. Hari Bol. I, Vijayalakshmi, welcome you all back to another enlightening episode of Pauzeitive. Let's learn today that how our relationship with God is different from the worldly relationships. Worldly relationships are transactional. We have to give something in order to get something back. Only if we are lucky, we might get something back. Human relationships are influenced by ego, expectations, and impermanence of life. Correct me if I am wrong. Tell me one thing. Have you ever felt disheartened because your efforts in a relationship were not reciprocated? If yes, you are not alone. We are all going through the same thing in this life. This is a common feeling. But what if I tell you there's a relationship in which you get even more than what you give? It is our relationship with God. God is one. Whether you call him by any name, he is one. We are all product of one same machinery. That's what I always say. Because your stomach is doing the same thing as mine. The difference of color is just because of, the temperature difference. Otherwise, we are all same. Irrespective of our color, creed, caste, religion, we are all created by one same God. I call him Krishna, which means all attractive, because that's the quality of God. God attracts everyone. So I call him Krishna. So in Srimad Bhagawad Gita, Krishna says that those who constantly think of me, I give them the wisdom to understand me. Because not everyone can understand God. So next time, if you hear someone saying that, oh, there is no God, God doesn't exist, it simply means that as of now, God has not revealed himself to them. And that's why they are in this illusion that there is no God. If I close my eyes, doesn't mean that it's night. It's day. There is enough light. But because I have closed my eyes and all I see is black, darkness, doesn't mean that it's night. So likewise, if someone says there is no God, simply the God has not yet revealed himself to the person. How can we have God revealed to us? It's a very simple process, but not for a fool like me. It's very tough, trust me, for me. But for someone like you who is intelligent, who is much more advanced, it's very simple. It's revealed in our Srimad Bhagavatam holy text and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I'll be very soon sharing in my upcoming episodes the same. So when we turn to God with love and devotion, he not just reciprocates, but he guides us. He becomes our guru, our mentor on every step. How beautiful that is, isn't it? God is the origin of everything. Just as a spark is a part of fire, we are part and parcel of God, Krishna. And this relationship makes our relationship with God very special and different from what we possess with all other worldly relationships. It's totally different. In worldly relationships, be it with your mother, father, brother, sister, best friend, husband, wife, whichever relationship it is, you have to give something in order to get something back. And there is no guarantee that you'll get something for sure in return. So reciprocation, that link is, let's say, broken. It's not there. But with God, even when we are not giving anything to God, God gave us this life. God is still providing for us. How beautiful it is. And still we doubt. There is a question mark. Where is God? Oh, I cannot see God. Oh, but do you have that vision? Devotion and purification of the heart. Remember, I mentioned in one of my, I think episode 22nd it was, where I mentioned that we need those glasses to see God. And with the glass of devotion and purification of the heart, we can easily see God. So it's something on our end that we are missing, not on God's end. He's given us the full world. We can be anything. It's very popular these days that we are saying, oh, you can be anything. Go for it. Sky's the limit. So God has given us all of that we take pride in. So one of the favorite episodes that I always keep on mentioning here is of the Queen Draupadi. When Queen Draupadi was disrobed in the court of Kauravas, she called out to Krishna. She had her husbands sitting there in the court, her relatives sitting there in the court. Nobody came forward to help her. She saw that the worldly relationships are now failing her. She turned to Krishna. Krishna appeared. He helped. This proves that whenever we call out to God, He appears. It doesn't have to make sense to you or to your friends. He will appear. He will help us. And He does that. He has done that. He keeps on doing that. Because His full-time job is to look after us. So what should our full-time job be? Think of Him. Remember Him. Love Him and all those He has created. Because we are all part and parcel of one same God. We see that how one of his childhood friends, who was very poor, he was given so much wealth, not just in this material realm, but in spiritual realm, when he visited his friend Krishna. So God, there is no qualification that is required to become his friend. I mean, just imagine if you want to be friends with the prime minister or the king, we need certain maybe qualification, or we need somebody to know the prime minister, so that we can say that, okay, my mutual friend's uncle is the prime minister. So we need that qualification. But when it comes to our relationship with the God, the king of the universe, we don't need any qualification. And it has been proven when we look back and we read in the Holy Scriptures the episodes, the incidents, that how Queen Draupadi, Krishna was always there for her. What is it that she was doing that I can also do? What is it that Sudama did that I can also do to have Krishna's friendship? What is it that Prahalad Maharaj, he did to have Narsimha Dev appear in front of him and save him from his own father who was trying to kill him? What is it? What is it that I am missing personally, that if I get that, Krishna will be on my team, or I will be in Krishna's team, and Krishna will be my beloved, my friend, in whatever form we want to worship the Lord. He says that I am there. In Bhagavad Gita, so many verses, again and again, God is saying that if you want to see me in a stone, I am there in a stone. If you want to see me in the sky, I am there in the sky. If you want to worship me in a form of idol, I am there. We call it a deity. It's God. Deity is, I think, a Latin word for God. So God says, Krishna says that if you want to see me in a stone, if you want to see me in a wood, if you want to see me in a pillar, I am there. He has proven it. Krishna was not physically present in the court of Kauravas when Draupadi ji was being disrobed. He appeared, he helped her. She knew Krishna is helping, everybody knew Krishna is helping. Krishna is the master of his own will. He need not take permission from anyone to help his devotees. But it's us who are lacking, that we keep on, taking permission from our own senses. Am I feeling like chanting? It's us who are acting as slaves to our own senses, and we are not chanting. Not just chanting. I think if we are serving, if we are helping each other, it's equivalent to worshipping the God. For example, it's so hot. If we keep some water in a utensil outside or maybe in our backyard for little birds, and they are taking a dip in it or sipping the water, it's serving the Lord, because every creature is God's creation. So helping each other is helping our own selves and getting one step closer to God. Prahalad Maharaj, one of the greatest devotees of the Lord, his own father wanted to kill him. For what? Because he was chanting God's name. He could have easily stopped it, but no, he didn't, because that was the sole purpose of his life. And he was a child. He was a young kid. So God sees no qualification criteria is there that you have to be 21 years of age or 18 years of age to chant God's name. No, there is no age limitation. At any age, start it as early as possible is what our Vedic scriptures tell us. So Prahalad Maharaj was saved so many times, every time. And ultimately Lord Narsimha appeared out of the pillar. I have, in one of my episodes in the Dashavatar series, I have talked about Narsimha incarnation. It's beautiful that what God does for his devotees. There is no limitation when it comes to God doing something for his devotees. It's us who are not reciprocating. In worldly relationships, we feel as in the worldly relationships, oh, my worldly relationships are not reciprocating whatever I am giving it. But on the contrary, with our relationship, in our relationship with God, we are not reciprocating to whatever he is doing for us. We are raising a question mark. Is there a God? I don't think there is. Where is God? Oh, I can't see him. We are not reciprocating. So if we are facing, let's say, challenges because of our belief, let's remember Prahalad Maharaj and let's keep following the path of our devotion and love for our God. So Ajamil was a fallen Brahmin and he committed many sins. So at the time of his death, he called out to his son, whose name was Narayan, another name for Krishna. He said, Narayan, Narayan, and he got liberation. How merciful our dear Lord is, that just when Ajamil, even though he was calling out to his son, but because he said God's name, Narayan, he was liberated. So have you ever felt that your past actions might prevent you from connecting with the God? Then look at the example of Ajamil, who called out to Narayan and got liberation. So chanting the holy name can lead us to redemption and divine grace. Hari bol to that. Hari bol to that. So the core values of Krishna's teachings are compassion, love, devotion. And irrespective of the religion anyone is following, it aligns with all the religion. So Krishna is not talking about any particular religion. Krishna is talking about the connection with the divine. Krishna is talking about spirituality. It never dies. Whichever path we follow to reach to the same answer. Remember, in one of my episodes, I talked about how different religions are different methods of solving an equation and reaching to the same answer. That's spirituality. Respecting all the beliefs. Oh, you are a Christian? I respect that. Oh, you are a Muslim? I respect that. You are a Hindu? I respect that. Because that is what my Krishna is teaching me. Respecting everyone's belief. And it's high time that we wake up from the slumber and we focus in building and investing in the relation that will reciprocate. Because what's the fun behind investing in worldly relationships and then just crying and weeping about not getting the reciprocation back? I know Krishna is always there for me, supporting me. It's okay. It's okay if I'm not getting that reciprocation back from the worldly relationships. It's okay. I don't want that. Like, there comes a point when you have been through so much that you stop expecting, even that, even 1% of reciprocation. Because now you know that, okay, spending time with God, making a connection with God is what will last and will be there even after leaving this human clothing. So let me invest everything in that relationship where I will never fail. Yes, that doesn't mean that I stop doing for my worldly relations. Yes, I will be doing for them out of love because I love doing that. And I'll do as much as I think I can do. You know what I mean? So, when we are doing something for our loved one, we do it because we love them. There should not be any expectation, I believe, because it hurts. It will never be met, let's be honest. They will never be able to reciprocate as to, our standards. And ultimately, we'll be hurting our own selves. So let's stop expecting from such worldly relationships. Let's keep on giving them as much as you feel that it's not degrading your own self. So do that little bit as your duty, and then expect as much as you can from the relationship with God. But make sure that we are giving that much in as well, and He'll reciprocate even 1000 times more than what we expect. Try it yourself. It has been tried and tested by so many devotees. I am myself, practicing it. And this is one of the best thing that can ever happen to anyone when they build their relationship with God. Thank you for tuning in. Just a reminder that God is always there for you, supporting you, guiding you, waiting for you to say hi, how are you to Him. So keep questioning, keep seeking, stay positive. I'll see you next Wednesday on YouTube and Spotify with another enlightening, power packed episode of Pauzeitive. Don't forget to show some love. Hari Bol, Namaste.